What's up, everybody? I am here to help you get through this week's assignment, which is narrative writing. So, we are not, excuse me, new to narrative writing, right? It is something that we do very often in school. If anybody remembers my MCAS song, we know that narrative writing tells a story, character, problem, and solution, right? So we know narrative writing. We know that narrative writing tells a story. So this is an example of our plot diagram. For those of you that are looking for this assignment, it is on that April 27th date. So if you look in your packets right here on April 27th, you'll see a list of the narrative assignment. So we know that narrative writing is a plot diagram. So it's telling a story, just like our roller coaster. So it's going to start off, it's going to introduce a setting and a character. Then we're going to find out what the character's wish is. And then, boom, we're going to be hit with a problem. All right, and your problem could be anything. It could be character versus character versus self, um, character versus nature, character versus supernatural. You could have any conflict you want. And then you're going to go into the solution. How does your character solve the problem? And then by the end of the story, what does your character learn, right? And that's something that you're going to show, don't tell. You're not going to tell me, oh, your character learned blank. You're going to show it to me through your writing, through your details. Okay, so just a little reminder, how do we do these things? Well, this is how we do it, right? This is how we do it. Hook. You want to grab your reader's attention. Maybe it's an action, maybe it's a dialogue, maybe it's a sound effect. And then you're going to get into your events, right? And all your events are right here. It's going to be in this plot diagram. Your details are going to be your expanders, like why did that happen? Where did it happen? How did it happen? Those question words that are going to give your event some juice, right? Maybe there's some sensory details. How did it smell? How did it taste? What did it look like? And then remember, you always want to round off that paragraph with some dialogue. Your characters have to speak to one another. Maybe they're screaming, maybe they're crying, maybe they're screaming with joy. They could be really excited. Think about those. Remember we had that sheet, said is dead, and we talked about all our different words we can use instead of said. And then we had our other character traits. Think about where your character is. How are they feeling? And then what is their dialogue going to sound like or look like in this case? And after you hit that with a couple paragraphs, you got to make sure you get your clincher and your conclusion. Normally, we always say that it should be a happy ending. That's how you know your story's really going to wrap up and come to a nice closure, but not always, right? Sometimes it's a cliffhanger. Sometimes, it's a sad ending, but most of the time, we always want to say that our clincher is going to be a nice happy ending. All right, so you get to choose your prompts, which I thought was kind of cool. So, there you go. Oh, I'm so fancy. Choose a prompt. You get to choose what your narrative is going to be. So, you get to write a story about your favorite food. That could be kind of fun. Maybe how it became your favorite food, or maybe why is your favorite food, or maybe it wasn't your favorite food at first, but now it has become your favorite food. Maybe there's a story about it. So, write a story about your favorite food. Write a story about cooking with your family. Oof, I could see a lot of problems there. Right, that's definitely character versus character. Me and my sisters, man, oof. When we were always cooking together, it's getting into little, arguments. I wanted to mix it, and I wanted to lick that spoon, and ugh, that could be a problem. But always find a kind solution. Write a story about creating your own recipe. Ooh, maybe we have some chefs in the crowd that we don't know about. Write a story about the worst meal you ever had. This is hilarious. I want to see who picks this one. Write a story about the worst meal you've ever had. I don't even know what mine would be. Probably something with an onion in it. And number 5, write a story about a meal that has a special memory for you. So this could be something maybe like around a holiday, or maybe something that you eat every year on a certain day, or maybe like a funny story that has that special memory for you. Like I'm thinking, so when I was growing up, my mom was always the one that did all the cooking, right? She loves to cook and she's such a great cook. But every once in a while, my dad would try to help and it never worked out good. And I remember one time he said he was going to make us all this big snack. And he made these nachos, these like nachos with like linguiça and cheese and all this stuff, and he burnt them. It was they were so bad. Everything was burnt. It was smoke all in the kitchen. We had to open the windows. We had to find a safe place. It was bad. But every time I think of having nachos, I always have that special memory of my dad wanting to make us something. And it was just so funny because he tried so hard, but it was just so bad. But it is a special memory for me because I will never forget it. I will never forget it. So maybe there's something like that that's happened in your family that you could write a story about. So remember, when you're writing those narratives, you want to make sure you have all of your pieces. Okay? You want to make sure you're telling a story. Should be some type of setting. The character is most likely going to be you, right? This is a personal narrative. What kind of problems did you have? How did you solve them? And then really think about all your details, okay? And that should help you do this project. If you need any help, reach out to me. You know where to find me. Remind, email, phone, YouTube, Google Classroom. I'm there. Bye, guys.